Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the video. This video is going to be a walking tour of the Riu Hotel in Santa Maria in Cape Verde. It's currently around January the 25th. It's a little cloudy here today, a little windy, which is a quite enough pleasant break when you're sitting in the sun. It's still 24, 25 degrees though, so I'll have a walk around and see what's what. Obviously, at the moment, we're just leaving the main reception area, walking through the grounds. Over here on the left, you start to see the shops and some of the gourmet restaurants, some of the more dining options that are available on the estate. So, quite a big hotel complex to walk around, so this might take a little bit of editing downstream. We'll see how we go. Maybe I'll speed up some bits. What I'll do is I'll sort of walk from reception down to the beach area, calling out a few of the bits of interest, and then walk back up to reception, showing stuff on the other side of the estate. So here, as you can see, we're just coming up to a couple of the gourmet restaurants. So this is Doraki, almost makes me think a little bit of Game of Thrones. Quite sad, I know. Most of the gourmet restaurants you book using the online application. Here, for example, the menus, I'm not quite sure how frequently they change, but you'll see most of them have two sittings, an early one and a late one. Booking online in the app, you normally have to do around 3 days in advance. I should expect they are quite busy, so you do have to get on it in terms of guaranteeing a booking if you want a particular slot or a particular restaurant to visit. So this one is the Italian restaurant, as you can see. So some small differences in the sitting times between the restaurants, but not too much. While we're here, we did eat at the Italian restaurant. It was nice. The grouper that I had as my main was very nice there, and the service in the gourmet restaurants is, as you'd expect, quite good. I've seen some good examples from the staff of customer service and customer care, which is nice to see. We never tried the Japanese restaurant, so can't really say too much about that, but the menu does look good. So those are two of the three gourmet enhanced dining experiences that are available. The third one is just down here next to the main sort of buffet restaurant by the lounge. This is the sort of Cristal fusion restaurant, this one's called. We actually ate here last night for the first time, probably in sort of review opinion, the best of the three that we did try. So we didn't try the Japanese one, probably can't say too much about that one, but overall very good choice of menu and dinner there. Again, service was very good at this restaurant, probably, as we said, the best experience of the three that we had. Here on the left hand side, you can see the sort of edge of the main buffet dining area. If anybody's interested, those are sort of the times that they're open. Overall, not too bad in the buffet restaurant. Like what you'd expect probably from a sort of mid-range buffet. Sitting is busy, so sometimes you can have to roam around a little bit to find a seat that's available. The staff are often doing their best to keep up with the demand, but sometimes there is a lag in terms of resetting the tables, as you'd expect, really. Food in the buffet itself is reasonable enough. Not too many complaints, but you just have to, of course, manage the expectation that it is a buffet catering for lots of different food and taste groups. Food generally is warmish. It's not hot from the buffet. Obviously, they are doing a lot of work to create the dishes, and they tend to sit for a while under the lights and things like that. So of course they lose the cooking temperature over time. But no problems with the food. No sort of bad experiences one way or the other with it, which I know some people I think in the past have said about some of these hotels. They've experienced it, but as far as I know, this holiday, nobody that we've spoken to or ourselves have had any problems with that. But that's probably the largest buffet area. As you walk down the sort of central path, you'll see sort of on the left and right hand side the sort of buildings with the rooms. We were sort of down this third one, which is at the block, which sort of faces the sort of beach pool area. So it was quite nice, very handy for that. Not too far to walk in the morning to grab a breakfast from the other buffet restaurant, as we'll see in a bit. And certainly handy for getting your towels and getting by the pool area pretty quickly in the morning, which is always good to make the most of the sun as you can. The grounds, as you see, are well kept. Been lots of sort of grounds maintenance and works going on while we're here. As you'd expect, nothing huge. Not talking major building refurb, but just general maintenance by the ground staff has been good. Liquor paint here, pruning, planting in the gardens. It is, which you can sort of see, quite sandy, I guess you would sort of say. There's an island in the Atlantic off the coast of Africa, so you'd sort of expect that really. But like I say, the vegetation is pretty well maintained generally. All sorts of people here in Maine. This time of year in particular, obviously, we're outside of the sort of UK school holidays, it being towards the end of January, so probably not as many young people as there might be during other peak holiday seasons, depending on the countries, but very much a sort of slightly older group of people in the hotel at the moment, but busy. So, like I say, everyone looks very popular. See a couple of ladies there from the spa, just sort of advertising the services available. So I think most of the time, yes, I would say pretty much most of the time we've sort of been here. There's always sort of a lot of sort of movement going on around the hotel complex, particularly this sort of main path, which sort of leads down to the beach and up to the reception. There's sort of people doing and throwing to get to various parts of the hotel complex, or even venturing out. You are about probably a 40 odd minute walk if you're taking it slow into Santa Maria. We did take a walk down one morning when it was a bit more cloudy, just to go and see what was what. Again, probably slightly out of season, so not as busy as it normally would be, but yeah, it's okay. The pier, which you'll probably hear spoken a about in terms of sort of touristy trips and things like that, in terms of going and see the boats coming in and the fishermen bringing in the fees. It's nice. It's not a huge pier by an extent, so again, not epic, but yeah, nice to see. Not much in the sort of high street, if you would call it that, itself. There's a couple of shops which will sell you your fig magnets or the memorabilia of your hotel. A couple of shops where you can pick up some supplies, drinks, chocolate, crisps, that sort of thing. Or if you've got any other amenities, but again, it is an island, so choice is somewhat limited to what's on the shelves. So over here on the left-hand side is the snack buffet area. You can get breakfast here in the morning, as you'll sort of see people sitting down there. That's where we've been eating breakfast most mornings. because obviously it is close to the pool and the beach, so it makes good sense to do there. So this is the sort of main pool, I would guess you would call it. Probably the one that's sort of more popular with families. So there's a number of them as you come down. You'll see the beach and the sea over in the background. So a couple of minutes walk from the edge of the hotel complex down to the sea. It's a yellow flag today, which is good to see. Again, being an island in the Atlantic coast, more often than not, those tend to be red flags, which is a do not swim. Again, they are quite keen that you sort of take good note of the waters here. There is a riptide undercurrent you do need to be very, very careful of. It's not a beach where I'd sort of advise thinking about coming for a swimming type holiday. If that's what you're thinking about, stay in the pools. That will be a better choice. Of the pools themselves, this is one of the ones with the swim bar attached to it. So these tend to be adult-only areas. There's normally a food station, so later on the day this will be open. You'll be able to get hot dogs, burgers, that sort of thing. That will probably open about lunchtime. Seating area with a bit of shade next to the bar, which again the bar sort of open about 10 o'clock in the morning, so you can get cocktails, soft drinks, coffee, that type of thing. Sit in the shade if you want to break. And of course you can always sit and enjoy the service from the comfort of the pool. Water's a little cool at this time of year, as you'd expect. The sun hasn't had a chance to do its magic on those at the moment. But once you're in, obviously it's not so bad. And, you can enjoy cocktails, which will to an extent take the edge off. So Santa Maria is actually down to the left. You can walk down to Santa Maria, we're told, through the beach. I think the rep in the hotel described it as a hard walk. Probably takes about twice as long as the sort of straight run down the main road. It's not a lot on the main road itself, although you can come off just where the Hilton Hotel is. Sort of a path either side of the Hilton Hotel you can go down, which will take you onto a sort of paved boardwalk area. There's a few places to eat and drink down there. Haven't tried any of those, I can't say too much about it, although there is an obligatory Irish bar along that walk, if that's your thing. So again, sort of fairly strange layout. Straightforward layout. There are, as you'll see here, Riu Art or Riu Art, sort of area for arts and crafts for children's entertainment. The sort of pool that we just walked past as well as the main sort of entertainment pool. So they have sort of aqua aerobics and volleyball going on there with the animation team. Let's say the animation team have been doing a really good job, both in terms of sort of daytime. There's French bowls, football, poolside darts competitions going on, and they are heavily involved in the evening entertainment on the stage as well. Put some good energy into the shows. We've enjoyed just sitting and watching some of those. Like a lot of these hotels, it is very heavily reliant on the staff to sort of conduct them and carry them forward. But they've done a good job. They've all been very friendly. Apologies if you're picking up a bit of the wind noise on the mic, but I'm just sort of facing into the wind. I'll turn around again in just a second once I've got by the pool. Look at that. I'll then act as a little bit of a windbreak for the noise. So this is probably the furthest pool, commonly regarded to as the quietest pool. So we do want to be in the quietest area. Apart from the beach itself, as you will see, there are some areas under the beach with some little some parasol type things and some lounges under them. don't give an awful lot of shade down there. Like I say, the parasols, as you'll see, are quite smallish and they're fixed. But the palm trees that are down there are not very mature at the moment, so they haven't got a lot of height, so they won't give you a lot of sun protection from sort of 10 o'clock onwards, unless you're constantly shuffling around to follow the shadow. And even then, it's probably going to be a bit difficult if there's more than one of you doing that on a lounger. So more than not, we stay by the pool areas, which have been very nice. The nice thing has been the wind. When the sun has been out, it's been hot. That sort of almost constant breeze that you get. Probably not quite full on trade wind, but it can't be far off. Has been pleasant. And the beach, like I say, it's a very wide beach. It's very sandy. The Atlantic, yes, is cold. But again, we're not probably really going to get any swimming opportunities out there. There are some other beaches, particularly I think on the other side of the island, where some of the tours go to, and certainly the Salt Lake that you can visit, where you might get a little bit more time in the water. Probably not so much in the salt one, because you'll just spend most of your time floating in that one. But the sort of west side of the island, the beaches there are probably a bit more protected and probably a little bit more safer to swim in. Santa Maria, sort of this side of the southern tip of the island, has been the one where it looks like the sort of tourist hotels have started to be built now. They sort of moved from that west side of the island down to here, so this is now sort of the main sort of hotel area probably on the island more than anything else. So that was sort of the Riu Hotel, some art and craft stuff, maybe with a reflection of the window. Do you like the fish? Yes, I do. Picture somebody's drawn. Again, good entertainment for the kids. This is the fit area. Again, the sort of fitness program that has been running. Again, pretty well attended in the main. The yoga sessions, the Pilates has been probably the most well attended that we've seen. The suspension training, fun. We saw some people doing that yesterday for the first time. Only about 3 or 4 people, so not a huge attendance on that one. But the aquafit yesterday was completely full in the pool. It's probably the fullest that we've seen it. Word of caution when aquafit is on and people jump up and down the pool. If you are on the first row lounges, just be careful, because obviously the water will rise. You're getting sort of tsunami effect from all the jumping up and down. So if you do have things on the floor around the foot of your lounge in that first row, you could get wet if you're not careful. So that's a tip there, just to sort of keep an eye out for that and adjust accordingly. So I was going to just come slightly different path back up to the main complex. So like I say, you can see here some of the sort of hotel rooms. Happy with the hotel room for what we had. I guess you'd call it as a terrace with a sea view. You can sort of see the sea view. I'll probably put a photo in later on just to sort of show that. But clean, well maintained. Can't complain. I've really enjoyed the shower in there. It's been a good sort of rain shower. Surprisingly warm as well. I'm not sure if they are solar heated here. I haven't seen anything that would sort of suggest it is, but there's been no time during the day, particularly when you've gone, the water temperature has sort of varied, as it can sometimes with solar heated water. The water pressure's been good, so absolutely no complaints about the shower or the room. Aircon's worked. Let's say it's not particularly hot at this time of year, sort of January. You're talking, what's the average? Probably been 23, 24-ish most days for us. So haven't had to have the aircon necessarily on, other than just to sort of freshen the room when you get back after a day, rather than leaving it running all day. Can't complain with that. Some of the rooms, as you'll see, probably as we're walking up this path, you can have swim up rooms they've got available. They look quite nice. But I say the convenience of having your own pool, particularly this time of year. Say the water temperature's not quite hit a constant level. You want to probably use it an awful lot. Certainly probably later in the season when it's going to get a lot more hotter. I can see the sense of going for one of those. You probably get a lot of protection from the wind as well. But I quite enjoy having the wind sort of blowing across me to keep it cool. Certainly on the holidays that we've been on, for example, Aruba, those constant trade winds, just keep you feeling a little bit fresher and a little less sticky, which is good. So you should see the grounds here again, rather sandy. So just walking up now. Shouldn't be too much longer, I don't think. You can see it's starting to be a little bit more busy with people. Getting closer to the main reception block. There are a lot of tours sort of organised, particularly through TUI, who we're here with at the moment. So that's probably pickups and drop-offs going on pretty much throughout the day for various activities. Some of the trips they do, I think, they do have maybe 2 or even 3 different pickup times available for the shorter trips. And there's a sort of taxi service. It's normally about 4 or 5 guys in a taxi outside the front of the hotel. So if you did want to get a taxi into Santa Maria or maybe to one of the other places like the capital, you probably arrange that fairly quickly. You wouldn't have to hang around. I think the going rate for the taxi service into Santa Maria from a hotel in the daytime is €5. In an evening, because they have to put the headlights on. So the joke goes, it'll probably cost you €6. But again, the advice from our rep here is, like I say, you don't necessarily need to haggle with the price. It's €5. If we try anything more than that, just to keep find another one and ask them. Tell them that's what we've been told, and normally they'll agree to that without problem. So walking back up past the small ladies now left towards the reception. So today is actually the last day here for us. So we're going back home later today. Thought I'd give you the walk through until the very last day to make sure I've got the lay of the land rather than doing it just a bit too early. I haven't taken much sort of B-roll, particularly for this holiday. Like I said, the walkthrough video will pretty much be what it is. In terms of overall review of the hotel, I'd say it's certainly popular. I think French, Dutch, English, Scottish and Irish as well. Very much been the majority of the sort of people who've been flying here. Probably no surprise with it being very much sort of marketed through TUI, operate from sort of the Netherlands and the UK in the main. I would probably, on average, based on again the sort of time of year that we've come, which isn't peak by any measure, so may not have experienced the hotel in its full glory. But I'd give it a solid 3 out of 5 oatcakes, using the scoring system that aligned with the name of the channel. I'd probably give an honourable mention, which is a shout out to the entertainment team and staff in the specialty restaurants who've gone above and beyond on occasion. But yeah, definitely a solid 3. Certainly for a quick week break, I can consider coming again. I think particularly from the UK, price has been very reasonable this time of year for an all-inclusive stay, which is what we're on. You have the obligatory all-inclusive wrist ornament. Again, just be aware if you do go out, the local people, obviously, in the shops will recognise such a thing and sort of use it as a way of striking up conversation with you to try and get you to go into their shops. But again, firm and polite no, and it does the trick. I shan't go in. I'll just sort of walk up to the sort of gym and spa area. We did have a massage in the spa yesterday, which was very nice. There's another pool area in there as well, which of course you have to pay for. The gym, it's a little small, I think, based on the number of people, particularly these days, who will sort of visit a hotel. The sort of shift towards health and wellness that there's been over the past years. It can get very busy, particularly if the beach weather is not quite what you'd expect it to be. Like I say, it has been cloudy on a couple of days, so obviously that's meant people have found other things to do. Some of those have been going to the gym. So busy times, they will only allow a certain number in. The girls at the spa desk will normally take room number as you go in, and if they are busy, they will ask you to come back another sort of time slot. Generally, we've been okay with it, but just to be aware, you do plan these things ahead. So there isn't a lot of equipment in there. There's probably 3 treadmills, there's a little free weights area, a multi gym machine, and a couple of sort of Nordic trainers. That's pretty much it. So walking up here, sort of walking around the back of the sort of sitting area, around the back of the reception, sort of taking us back around towards where the sort of stage area is. One of the things about this particular hotel, which might be interesting to people, is it does have a water park attached to it, which I'm sure has been welcomed by the younger members of the families that are visiting here. And there is the 24-hour sports bar here, which is just coming up on the left. And they have had the football matches on. For those of you who may be watching this in near time, some of the European matches are not necessarily all the way Manchester City would have liked this week. But it did create a good atmosphere in the sports bar. I say it is 24 hours. There's sort of food, snacks available in there, beer, a couple of pool tables and a football table. But again, not a bad place to nip into while you're waiting for the sort of main entertainment to open. The sort of main stages are just in here. There's 2 of those. So there's one back and one at the front. And you see the reps there currently doing the sort of welcome sessions. So they say the entertainment, there's only sort of one main show a night at various themes. They've been quite good. The house band, so to speak, has been very sort of good at making a good show. And then a couple of nights there's crowd participation, karaoke, etc., which can be hit and miss, but that's part of the fun of karaoke. Sitting area here, I'd say quite popular as well. Every evening, there's a cocktail bar there. The other place that has been really busy is the sort of coffee shop there, Cappuccino. They do coffees, snacks, and it's a really good place if you wanted to get a hot chocolate or hot chocolate with something added or an Irish coffee. But a lot of people sort of sit around in this area and enjoy things. So it's like a trip with people heading off to the airport, as we will be later on. The flight times the UK are pretty reasonable. Checkout today is around 12 o'clock. Our coach pickup should be 12:40 we've been advised. And then I think we fly around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So shouldn't have to do a lot of waiting around. There are some courtesy showers next to the baggage rooms just down there, which are around the back of reception by the shop. But again, with those check-in times, don't imagine we'll be having to use those. Shop's quite a nice little shop. Some nice bits and pieces in there. Not too expensive either. So a few keepsakes, shirts and things like that look a little bit more sort of upmarket than not your usual sort of cheaper tourist t-shirts. Put a bit of effort into them, so they seem quite nice. That's probably it for this walk through tour. So I'm just going to head and walk back down here. I might put some B-roll on that room once we've got ready for checkout later on. But that pretty much is a full circuit. Like I say, I shan't look forward to going into the water park or the sort of clubby area where the weekly Riu White party was last night. We didn't bother going to that particular one, but people seem to have enjoyed it. I think again it's slightly other different options available. So as I said, it's a solid 3 out of 5 for the hotel and our stay here this week. I'll sign off for now. Speak to you all soon. Bye.